Listen, you don't need to be popular, you don't need to be confident, you don't need an exact strategy, but if you want to build a six-figure personal brand in 2025, you need one thing, and that is attention. And attention, well, that follows action. And well, the money, that follows value. I went from being a broke sales associate back in upstate New York just a couple years ago to generating a six-figure income online at 21 years old, all because I mastered one skill, and that was personal branding. See, these social media apps, they aren't just apps to post and consume on. These are war zones for relevance and making money online. And if you aren't growing, then you're invisible. And so today, I want to give you my exact blueprint for building a six-figure personal brand online. No ads, no fake followers, no bullshit, just strategy and extreme clarity on the steps you need to take to grow and build a six-figure personal brand. To sell six figures worth of something online, you're gonna need a lot of eyeballs. And those eyeballs are gonna need to be watching you for a long time before they finally convert into paying clients. So here's the exact strategy to garner a lot of attention, but then to hold that attention for a period of time so they get to know who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it. Because once they know those four things on a deep level, they are ready to buy. First, you gotta pick a platform and just dominate it. Really doesn't matter which platform you go with. I would just stay away from TikTok because TikTok has just broke people on there, honestly. Instagram and YouTube are gonna be the best platforms to sell a service or even just a product on in general. The average income of a TikTok user is around 40 grand a year. The average income of an Instagram user is around 50K a year. And the average income of a YouTube viewer is around 100K a year. So Instagram and YouTube are gonna be your best bet if you wanna make a shit ton of money. I would just stay away from TikTok. Now, the reason you need to just pick one platform and go all in on it is because if you spread yourself too thin, it's gonna be extremely hard to build up momentum on that one app. And that momentum is exactly what you need to break yourself through and finally getting a lot of people to finally know about you, to consistently hit the algorithms. I've hopped on calls with people who are like, yeah, I saw your content popping up for months and months and months, and then I finally followed. And then once I followed, I saw all this other content. And then once I saw your stories, I reached out through your Instagram stories. And then, of course, they bought. But that would never happen if I was jumping all over the place. I decided to focus on one platform, and that was Instagram. I did that a year and a half ago. And within 4 months, I grew that Instagram account from less than 10,000 followers to over 133,000 followers in just 4 months. But then once I dominated that platform, I moved over to YouTube. And once I moved over to YouTube, I saw my income skyrocket. So here's the game plan. Pick a platform you want to grow on. Whatever one you like the most. Instagram, YouTube, doesn't matter at the end of the day. Set a goal for yourself. How many followers do you want to gain within, let's say, 6 months? But then also create a process-based goal. So let's say you want to gain 100,000 followers on Instagram in 6 months. That's your goal. Break it down into a process. How many times a day are you going to upload? How many times a day are you going to post on your stories? Exactly what is your process on a day-to-day basis that's going to help you achieve that outcome-based goal in 6 months from now? Now, once you've dominated a platform, you're going to want to move over to another platform so you can increase your visibility online and also increase your touch points online. Google once did a study. A buyer needs to watch around 7 hours of your content in 4 different locations with 11 different touch points for them to be highly likely to buy. So with that, you're gonna wanna make sure that your audience can see you across many different platforms. It's gonna increase trust and authority. Now, when it comes down to getting that 7 hours of content, realistically what that means is people in your audience, they just have to know who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it to a deep level. In order to convert the people in your audience, those viewers, into actual paying clients, those are the 4 things they need to know. Who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it? Because if they lack any clarity on who you are, they don't trust you. If they lack any clarity on what you do, they don't even know what you sell. If they lack any clarity on why do you do it, they don't know if you actually do it for a good reason or not. You know, like, are you a scammer or are you actually trying to help them out? And if they lack any clarity on how you do it, well, they're never gonna reach out because they're not sure if your service or your product is actually meant for them. So when it comes to actually building these social medias, especially if you want to sell something online, don't just post content that gets a lot of views. Make sure this content is educating people on who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it. So who are you as a person? Building your personal brand. What do you do? What is actually your service all about, and how does it help them? Why do you do it as well? That's a little bit of who you are as well. Like, why did you actually get into, let's say, fitness coaching? They want to know why. They want to know the backstory about it, but also how you do it. Make sure you're educating them on exactly how you get them results inside of your coaching business. Because if you don't conquer those 4 things, you're going to have a bunch of eyeballs watching you, but nobody's going to be buying, which there's nothing in the world that feels worse than that. Now, the way to make sure you don't have a bunch of people just watching you, you actually have people who are in your audience wanting to buy your stuff, is just to make valuable content. Now, what does valuable content mean? Because people just generally don't understand exactly what it means. It means educating on people's struggles, people's pain points. So let's say your audience has a certain struggle, a certain pain point. You want to make educational content around that. That's how you provide value. You are helping them overcome a struggle of which they are facing. That is value. So to recap, pick a platform you're going to dominate, either Instagram or YouTube. Set a goal of which you are going to achieve. Create a process-based goal out of that. Make sure you are making content that provides value. So understand the pain points of your audience. If you are a fitness coach and you are trying to grow your online fitness coaching business, understand the pain points somebody would have and provide educational content on that. That's how you create valuable content. But make sure you intertwine those 4 different things. Who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it. Your audience has to know who you are. Tell your backstory. Create connection content. What do you do? Demonstrate what do you do, right? Showcase what do you do. Tell people what do you do. People need to know what you do. Just because you say you're an online fitness coach does not mean they actually think you're an online fitness coach. You have to tell them over and over and over again and demonstrate that you are an online fitness coach. Also, make sure they understand why do you do it. Tell the backstory about why you got into it, or tell the backstory of yourself. They want to know the backstory because people always buy into your product or service, not because of your product or service, but because of your personal brand, because of you. So make sure they know why you do what you do. And they also need to know how you do it. You need a clear process to results. You need videos breaking down exactly how you help somebody go from 100 pounds overweight to being tan, jacked, and handsome with 6-pack abs. If your social media doesn't have those following things, nobody's going to buy and you're never going to grow. Step 2, develop a lead generation system. Just because you have followers and viewers does not mean people are just going to magically reach out to you and want to buy your stuff, okay? We need a system that's going to educate them on what do we do and how do we do it for them. Once your audience has clarity on what do you do exactly, what is your service, and how do you help them achieve results, is once all those eyeballs will start converting into people actually reaching out. And so the best way to build a lead generation system is simply done through a video sales letter flywheel. Now, this video sales letter flywheel that I'm about to break down to is exactly what Iman Gadzhi used to make like over $100 million online. If you guys remember that one big video he launched a while ago that was just like his most popular video, it was pretty much like, what's the best business model to start in 2023, 2024, 2025, whatever. And it was kind of like that chart, that white chart with all the different business models with all the different colors on it. That was his video sales letter. He pretty much crafted this perfect video on pre-selling somebody on starting an agency. And in the bottom of that video, he linked people to his service or his product or whatever it was. Agency Flow, Agency Navigator. And so then what he did is he created a whole bunch of content around that. He created self-improvement content, he created agency content, he created social media content, all these different types of content, but then drove people to that main video sales letter through a link in the description. Now that's what needs to happen inside of your social media funnel if you want to make money, because your content is going to be creative. It's going to attract a whole wide variety of people, right? So we need to be driving people to one main video that's heavily educating them on who we are, what do we do, why do we do it, and how do we do it, but also providing a lot of value on their pain points. And this is exactly how I'll help my client Mo scale from less than $1,000 a month as an online fitness coach with 15,000 followers to $9.3 thousand in just 6 weeks. We literally just implemented this video sales letter. So he had these followers on Instagram, but nobody really knew who he was, what did he do, why did he do it, how do we do it, right? So we sat down, we created a video sales letter, we put it into his YouTube, and then took that YouTube link and put it into his link in his bio on Instagram, and then drove everybody to that YouTube video. That was his video sales letter. Then all of his Instagram content became the flywheel. He was attracting a wide variety of people to his Instagram profile, right? Then he was driving all of those people to that video sales letter. And so what would happen is, 50, 60, 70, 80% of people just click off the video sales letter right away. They'd be like, this isn't for me. I don't really care about watching this. But the people that did watch it all the way through were like, bro, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Like, I finally understand who Mo is, What does he do? Like, what is his coaching? Why does he do it as well? There's a backstory to it. And how does he help me get results? And all those people, they would book in calls from him. He was doing like 2K paid in fulls. He even mentioned there was a lot of people from his audience in the past that like hopped on calls with him, and they never closed until we implemented that video sales letter. They saw that and they like finally got it. So to go over that once again, the best way to generate leads is to have a video sales letter than to use the flywheel effect around it. Make a long form YouTube video pre-selling somebody on your coaching service, educating them on who you are, what do you do, why do you do it, and how do you do it. And at the very end of the video, having a call to action where they can book in a call with you or just take the next step to get into your coaching. Again, people in your audience, they need to be told what to do. Step 3, master sales and persuasion. See, this is where most people get stuck. They have this entitlement because they're like, I've put so much work into my personal brand. I've put so much work into my product. Like, it's so good, and it's just like people don't appreciate it, and no one's buying, and everyone's got to think about it, and my leads suck, my prospect sucks, and it's just like, bro, look, business is going to be hard no matter what, and that's just something you have to accept. But it becomes easy if you understand and if you learn sales and if you learn persuasion. There's this famous clip of Kanye West saying, I love some of the Gaga songs, but what the fuck does she know about cameras? Because she's like the creative director of Polaroid or something like that. And it was so right. She knows nothing about cameras, but because she was able to effectively communicate that product to her audience, she was able to sell that product. So you can have the most amazing personal brand, you can have the best product, but if you can't effectively communicate it to your audience, that not only means what is it, but also how does it work, no one's gonna buy. So to sell and persuade your audience to buy your service, here's a couple crucial things you need to understand. Number 1, people are selfish. They don't care how good your product is. They don't care who you are, whatever that. They don't care. They don't care the discount. They care, does it help them out? This is when it's your job on a sales call or in your content to get people to understand exactly how your service, let's say it's fitness coaching, is exactly going to help them change their lives. Just because say, look, bro, you get a meal plan, you get a training program, I'm going to check in with you weekly. That does not, they don't understand that. They don't get it. You need to break down exactly how it's going to help them out. For example, a lot of people are going to come to you through your social media content and they're going to be like, hey, I'm interested in what you're selling. Right? And what you're going to do is you're going to tell them what you're selling. And they're going to be like, oh, cool. Okay. And they're not going to get it because you need to effectively communicate exactly how what you're selling is going to help them transform. Sell the outcome, not the service. I want you to think about it this way. If somebody comes to you with a problem and you sell them your service, well, they're like, I came to you to fix this problem, not to buy your service, right? Or if they come to you, right, with where they're currently at and you sell the outcome and you simply say, my service is the bridge. My service is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. Would you like to buy? As long as they clearly understand what that bridge is and how that bridge works and it's a good fit for them, they're like, yep, this will help me out, then they will buy. Because you were able to effectively communicate how your service works and what it does. So understand that people are selfish. They don't care about your coaching business, about whatever it is you sell. They care if you can help them get results. Part number 2 of this is underestimate the actual awareness value of your service. Like, what is your service, but also exactly how it helps them out. There's a study that was done that it takes like 66 repetitions on average for something to finally like click inside of somebody's mind. Like, somebody has to hear something 66 times before they finally get it. So if you tell your audience once that you're a fitness coach and this is exactly who you help out, that they're not going to know. Even after you tell them 66 times, only half of your audience is going to understand it. The other half is still not going to understand it. So always underestimate the awareness value around your service and exactly how it helps people out every single day. Be trying to educate your audience on what it is you do and exactly how it is you help them out. Number 3, build the gap. Okay, this is how you sell. You have to build a gap between where that prospect is and where they want to go. For example, if somebody comes to you and you're a fitness coach and they say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds. And you go, okay, here's what we can do. They're not going to buy. You need to build the gap. Hey, you want to lose 30 pounds? Why do you want to lose 30 pounds? I want to lose 30 pounds because I'm not confident inside myself, and this happened and that happened. I got broken up with, I got cheated on, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. What's going to happen once you lose these 30 pounds? Well, I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to finally live the life I want to live, and I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to respect myself, and other men are going to respect me, and that girl that cheated on me is going to finally, she's going to regret cheating on me, and etc. Now you've built a gap. You've amplified current situation and where they want to go. You have built depth inside of where they are and where they want to go, increasing the value of the bridge, which is your coaching, the bridge in between where they are and where they want to go. If the gap in between where somebody is and where they want to go, current and desired, isn't large enough, they're never going to buy your service. Even if it's $5, they're never going to buy it. So make sure to go in depth on your sales call. Really take the time to have a transformational conversation with somebody and truly get them to understand how much their life is going to transform with your service. And lastly, number 4, lead them to the answer, never tell them. So what's going to happen inside of your Instagram DMs and on your sales calls is people are going to come to you with all of these problems they may have, right? And instantly you're going to think, oh, my coaching service will help you out. This is what you need. But if you jump to that conclusion too quick, if you try to sell them that, hey, my coaching is the solution to your problem way too quick, they're not going to like you. They're going to back away. They want to sell themselves on your service. So that's why we must lead them to the answer and not tell them. Because when you lead somebody to the answer, they are selling themselves on your service. You're no longer selling them. They're selling themselves. Now, the way to do this is when somebody is talking to you about their problems, just start asking them, well, what do you think would help you lose 30 pounds? Oh, some cardio and a diet plan. All right, well, do you know how to do cardio and do a diet plan? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, well, let's say you had a cardio and a diet plan. Would that help you out? Maybe, but I've been a little inconsistent in the past. All right, well, what do you need to be consistent? Well, I really need accountability. Oh, you need accountability. Okay. Well, have you ever had a coach? No, I've never had a coach. Do you think a coach would benefit you? Yeah, I think a coach could benefit me. Okay, there you go. He just sold himself on you, right? You're already selling the diet plan, you're already selling the cardio, and you're already selling the accountability. You don't just say, oh yeah, you got to lose 30 pounds. Well, you need this diet plan, you need this training program, and you need my accountability. No, you ask open-ended questions to get them to sell themselves on exactly what it is you are offering. Step number 4, over-deliver to your clients. The coaching business model runs on transformations, meaning if you don't get your clients amazing results, you're going to be living back home with your parents really quick. So if you want to get amazing client success, here are the mandatories you need to understand. Number 1 is relationship building. A lot of online coaches, they don't actually really build a deep connection with their clients. They think they do, but they really don't. You need to be offering your one-on-one time each and every single week to your clients, because the deeper the connection you build with that client, the more likely they are to actually like you and respect you. What does that mean? The more likely they are to actually do what you're selling them to do, but also to do it better than what you're telling them to do. What you want is people to like you so much that they want to go out of their way to just make you proud, right? They're going to do extra just to get you a good client transformation because they want to see you do well. And that is only done through building strong relationships with the people who join your coaching. So my mandatories are weekly check-ins every single week and one-on-one calls with my clients each and every single week. And these can be up to an hour long because I'm so focused on building that relationship with my client, because if they succeed, I succeed. Treat your business the same. Number 2, information. It's actually very important to have information inside of your coaching. I know you have all this information inside of your mind, but it's important to actually put it in one spot so that they can download it in, let's say, a weekend, right? So I have a school video community course inside of not only my coaching, but also my mentorship as well, where literally it's like everything I know just there. So that when somebody comes in to either my coaching or my mentorship, they can just like download everything I already know. And then our one-on-one calls or one-on-one time can be spent on like a lot of higher level problems. Now, the only thing about that is actually sitting down to take the time to build out an entire video course. It takes a lot of time. It's taken me weeks and it's taken me months to perfect these video courses. And it will take you a long time as well. But even after you get your first couple of clients, you need to do this. You need to do this because if you don't focus on them, if you don't shift your focus from making money to providing for these clients as fast as possible, even if you made a couple $100, but you still got some people inside of your coaching, they're not going to last long. They're not going to go far. The reason I became so successful in coaching is because I brought Justin on, right? Justin was the first person to join my coaching. When I brought him on and I brought a couple people on, I shifted my focus to product development. I made sure I was learning, I was growing the business, I was doing things to improve the business, I was providing so much value. And through that, he stayed with me for 2 years. For 2 years, and I continuously developed the product throughout the time. So he kept buying in again and again and again. I had to sell him like 3 or 4 times throughout the entire 2 years, but he stayed that entire time because he saw the improvements. He saw that I was over delivering for how much he was paying. And I guarantee you that one client brought me 70% of my coaching success. Once you start to get clients, provide for them. Your job now is to run this business, and the coaching business runs on transformations, not views. Number 3, goal setting. This is the best way to get your clients to succeed very fast. It's to set goals for them, okay? They came into your coaching service to achieve a big goal, like they're trying to climb Mount Everest. The better you can break that goal down into small little steps and even little wins each and every single day, the more likely they are to actually succeed. So what I do is I take their big goal, and I do a 6-month minimum coaching program because I need big goals to work with. We take their big goal. We break it down into monthly goals. Then we break monthly goals down into weekly goals. Then we break weekly goals down into small daily mandatories, things that they must accomplish each and every single day to achieve their goal by the end of the week. And then if they accomplish the goal by the end of the week, well, they have another goal next week and another goal next week. And these goals aren't big. It's just simply saying, hey, congratulations, you reached 170 pounds. This week, by next check-in, I want you to be 172. Just that little goal for them, that little bit of pressure is going to push them to actually execute on doing what they got to do, eating their meals, sleeping, hitting their entire workouts. Because if you don't set that goal, they don't have 172 in mind. They may be eating their food, they're getting full, they're like, I'm just going to save this for later. I'm going to do it later. But in the back of the mind, they think, oh, Ryan wants me to 172, and I want to make him proud. I don't want to show up on the check-in and be under that weight. So, I'm just going to do what I got to do. I'm telling you right now, it helps out client success so much. And number 4, you need a clear process to results and a streamlined system inside of your business. So clear process to results is simply helping people understand exactly the steps they need to take along, let's say, a 6-month journey to achieve results inside of your business. If you just bring somebody on for coaching and you just give them the tangibles, but you don't help them actually understand what you want to see happen over the next couple weeks, the next couple of months, and over the next 6 months, well, they're kind of going about it blindly. So I'll make sure to break down to my guys exactly what I want to see happen each step of the way. I'm always like, yeah, the first 4 weeks we're finding the baseline. Then once the baseline is laid, then we go into this. And then once that's done, we go into that. And then once that's done, that goes into that. So they kind of know that there's levels to it, and they understand what each level entails. And so now every single day, they're consciously going about life thinking, okay, I need to do this so I can reach that next level inside of Ryan's coaching program, versus just kind of going through the motions, right? It's actually giving them something to push towards. And then a streamlined system as well just simply means make sure your coaching is streamlined. Don't have people all over the place. Don't have it all disorganized. Like, make sure it's streamlined, okay? Here's the 3 things I use. I use Trainerize for training and nutrition and check-ins. I use School for all the info and my weekly community group calls. Extremely important. Make sure you add community group calls to your service. And I use a Notion dashboard to organize all of their goals and all of their links. And last step number 5, reinvest into your personal brand. Most people think the money that their business generates is theirs, which, yes, some of it is yours, but that money generated was the money generated with the business. So that does not mean treat all of that money like it's your own. Treat that money like some of it's your own and some of it is your business's. And you got to ask yourself, what will grow your business? Now, the amazing thing about running an online coaching business and really just like making money with a personal brand is you can actually like invest into your lifestyle to grow your personal brand. That's why I love it so much. And that's simply because the more inspirational you are, the more people you're going to attract, the more lives you're going to change, the more your people and clients are going to actually look up to you and actually like, go out of their way to make an amazing client transformation. If you're not that inspirational, you're kind of just like a loser. First off, people aren't going to want to join your coaching because it's like you're trying to help people not become a loser and you're a loser, but you're also not going to inspire them. So it's like actually reinvesting into your lifestyle as an online coach with a personal brand. It's one of the best things you can do. But before investing into the lifestyle, I would invest into this, and that would be mentorships, okay? Because mentorships can be so beneficial. Not only will it help you grow if you pick the right mentor, but it'll help your business grow exponentially. So once you start making your first bit of money, don't invest right away into lifestyle. Reinvest into information so not only can you become better, but so your business can become better as well. And after that, be smart, okay? So when you're scaling your personal brand, you want an even balance between investing in kind of the lifestyle of the personal brand, but then also the actual, education. So actually the things that are gonna help you grow and help your business grow as well on like kind of like a boring level. Like these mentorships, they're not gonna make your lifestyle look better, but it's gonna teach you stuff. It's gonna help you become a better business owner. It's gonna help out your personal brand, your business as well. So those are the boring things, but then also have like the even balance between investing and actually the lifestyle, like having a cool lifestyle, becoming more inspirational to your people. And I say that because that's what worked best for me. When I was stuck between $3,000 to $5,000 a month as an online fitness coach, it was just because I was just in good shape and I lived at home. You know, cool, I look good online, but it wasn't until I bought my first mentorship that scaled me to 10 grand, okay? Because he helped me improve myself and he helped me improve my business. I was able to make more money just out of that. I was able to get more juice out of the squeeze. But then I knew I would kind of stagnate there if I didn't actually invest into my lifestyle. So I moved out here to Miami 4 or 5 months ago. It cost like 3.5 just for this apartment, but in general, it's like 10K a month to live here with everything going on. So I invested my lifestyle next, and that got me to 20 grand months, 30 grand months now. But now in the business, I have a business partner as well. I had to give up a little bit of my own revenue to grow my business to that next level, right? I would love to go invest in the lifestyle right now, but I have other people to feed inside of my business. So I got to invest that money there. You know, this week we did $15,000, and I would love to just go out and buy a new car right away. But it's like, I'm investing in the business right now because I recently invested into the lifestyle. Now the next step is to invest in the business. After that, we'll invest into the lifestyle. Then after that, we'll invest into the business. After that, we'll invest into the lifestyle, and so on and so on and so on. So I know that's a lot, but I want to keep it simple. To start and scale a personal brand to 6 figures in 2025, take action, be authentic, be you, be driven. That's all it takes. Don't overcomplicate it, okay, man? Pick a fucking platform. Start posting on it, show your character, make sure people are understanding who you are, what you do, why you do it, how you do it, and then create valuable content. So actually like really put your time into content, helping people overcome their pain points and their struggles. That's providing value. Educate them on what they can do. And some of the times, man, it's the smallest things. Depending on where you are right now in your journey of life as a man, you may think that, hey, you know, waking up early in your morning routine and hitting the gym is like, it's regular. But for a lot of these guys out there, that's like extreme. Like they can't even get off the couch for an hour because they're just that lazy. So it's like, even that stuff will help people out a lot. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people join my coaching because of morning journaling. I would just share how I would do morning journaling. People would start the morning journal with me, and then they saw it change their life, and they're like, okay, if this free shit changed my life, what will his paid shit do for me? After that, make sure you're just not like a mindless content creator. Actually have a lead generating system. I believe the best one is going to be that video sales letter flywheel. You know, you can do type forms, you can do all these different things. I think having that one main video sales letter and then driving everybody from your Instagram and from your YouTube all to that one main YouTube video is the best way to go about it. And again, make sure you master sales and persuasion. Effectively communicate your product or service to your people. Make sure they understand exactly what it is and exactly how it's going to help them achieve their desired outcome. After that, make sure you are over delivering to your clients. If you get amazing client success, that's exactly how you can stay in this coaching game and continue growing your personal brand for a long time to come. And lastly, don't be scared to reinvest into your personal brand. You need to keep momentum going as soon as you get it. And the big thing that's going to stop momentum is fear. So have faith. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop it a like. And if you want to work with me one-on-one to start or scale your online fitness coaching business to $10,000 a month in 2025, I left the link down below where you can get in contact with me. Other than that, deuces.